Hi guys. So I've had quite a bit of questions about my pregnancy experience as far as gaining weight, losing weight, stretch marks, my diet, all those kind of things. So I thought I would come on here and kind of answer those all at once. So to start, I weighed 160 pounds, between 155 and 160 when I got pregnant. I gained 20 pounds while I was pregnant, and I currently weigh 139 pounds. So I lost the 20 pounds that I gained while I was pregnant and some. Not intentional. It just is what it is. I am 5'9", just for reference, so you can kind of, I know some of you are like, Jesus Christ, 160 pounds. I'm almost 6 foot, so that's not bad. I've never been overweight in my life or anywhere close to that. But the weight that I did gain while I was pregnant was all the baby, and that's why I was able to lose it all so quickly. One of the things that you have to be aware of is how much you're taking in addition to your macros when you're pregnant, and just be mindful of that once you deliver, that hey, you're not feeding that baby anymore unless you're nursing. So I don't need to necessarily be eating for two. You kind of need to slow that down, watch your portion sizes and things like that. If you go onto my website, I have some stuff in the diet section as well as the mommy section that kind of covers overeating and things like that. I attribute a lot of my weight, I would say weight loss, but I don't like that word or those words. I would attribute my frame, my figure, to my diet. One of the most important things that I had to remember to do while I was pregnant was to eat clean. Remember that you're feeding a baby and yourself. You don't want to be putting garbage in your mouth, not literally, but like fast food, pizzas, sodas, things like that. If you wouldn't feed it to your baby, don't feed it to yourself. And that goes for while you were pregnant and now. If it's something where you're like, I don't think it has any nutritional value, it's probably got too much grease, I'm not going to feed that to my baby, don't feed it to yourself either. It's gross. There are also there's a grocery list that you can look at on my site, and that's for your standard diet. And I don't mean diet as in weight loss, starve yourself. I mean diet as in what you eat on a regular basis. There are some healthy alternatives on my website in a PDF form that you can kind of just print out or save and take with you to the grocery store. It includes things like oils and flours and things like that. And if you're interested, check out my Primal Eating blog. There are tons of benefits to it. I killed the bloat belly. It had nothing to do with my baby. It was all the rice and pastas and things like that. And that's all Primal Eating. So if you kind of look into that and that's the avenue that you want to take, look at that, see some of the recipes that I eat on a regular basis there. Next is my figure. I remember in my 8th month of pregnancy, I was bent over in the gym doing rows with the 35-pound bar, I don't know, maybe 10 pounds on each side, just bent over, and I'm like mega pregnant. Like there is no room between my chest and there's no room for the bar. I was huge. I remember throwing the bar on the ground, walking straight to Taylor and telling him I'm done, I'm fat, I'm crying, I want to go home. Well, I had the baby that Saturday, so it is what it is. The point of that story is I worked out my entire pregnancy. I obviously had to change some things that I did so that I wasn't, making the baby think that it was time for labor. So like certain squats I couldn't do, lots of movements I couldn't do, to be honest. There's a giant belly on me, but try to stay active throughout your pregnancy. After your pregnancy, it is super important that you remember to not overdo it. I know I was there. I wanted to pack in my go bag my pre-pregnancy jeans. I wanted to just throw them in there because, the weight would be off, the baby's out. That's not how it works. Just remember, it took you 9 months to make that baby. It took you 9 months for your body to get there. Give your body some time. Every person's body is different, and just remember that. As long as you're giving it all the nutrients that it needs, you're watching your diet, you're maintaining a healthy lifestyle, your body was made to do this, it will go back. With that, I implemented yoga for any of my new mommies, that is going to be your lifesaver, because you're going to go nuts. The baby is literally going to rely on you for everything. You're going to lose sleep. Dad is going to try to do what he can, but let's face it, your mom, it's going to take a lot out of you. Yoga was my savior. It helped me find peace in my mind. It helped me calm my nerves. It helped me not feel so overwhelmed. Definitely just try to do some yoga. I do it at home, like in the living room, sometimes while she's awake, sometimes while she's taking a nap, and I'll just do 30 minutes. I use Down Dog for my yoga app. It's free. Just download that. It can change levels with you, so if you start to get kind of advanced, you can kind of move up. I lifted weights, obviously, while I was pregnant and after I was pregnant. I didn't start doing CrossFit until October, and that's when I started to see significant changes in just my muscle tone, but I obviously was still seeing good results with just my regular cardio and my weightlifting. So if that's something that, if CrossFit is kind of too intimidating, don't feel like it's CrossFit or nothing. There are still things that you can do to take care of your body and to help your body get back to where it was before the baby arrived. The next thing I wanted to cover was stretch marks. I do have stretch marks. I had a girl at the pool last summer. I walked into the pool with Syra and she goes, "Oh, you're just one of those." I don't know what that means, but I am just like everybody else. I have stretch marks. I am fortunate enough that I don't have them on my belly, which is a blessing because bikinis are my jam. The pool, the beach, that's where I'm meant to be. But I do have them. I have them on my butt, my thighs, my inner thighs. I have some smaller ones on my chest, but they're nothing that anyone can see from a distance. They're all, you have to be close up to see, and nobody, whatever. With that though, I did do a lot of things. Here comes Syra. I did do a lot of things to make sure that I could keep the stretch marks from coming. And one of those things was using some body oil. And I got this from Ulta. It's the coconut hibiscus bath body massage oil. And I would rub that on all the areas that are going to expand while you're pregnant and after you're pregnant. It's a firming and toning oil, so I still use it. And that includes your chest, because your body is going to make milk, your booty, your thighs, all those areas that are going to expand. I would do that morning and evening before bed when I got out of bed. And then I would also carry that thing around with me. And whenever I felt like things were getting a little tight, especially in your third trimester, I would just carry that around with me and rub it on my belly like she was granting wishes. I'm not even kidding. I would just be sitting on the couch rubbing that oil on my belly, which is probably why I didn't get them on my stomach and got them in other places. But it is what it is. I made a human, so everyone can just deal with it. Another thing that I did right after I delivered, before I delivered, I purchased, it's not a waist trainer, it's kind of like a girdle. It's just a waistband that kind of pulls everything back in, because right after you deliver, you're filled with the fluid that was in your body holding the baby. And so on top of nursing, it kind of just helps your uterus contract. It kind of helps, let your body know that it's time to put things back to where they go. The baby's out. And so definitely invest in one of those. I would still do my routine. I'd put some body butter on there that had like some coconut, some shea, all those good stuff. And I would put that on there and then put the girdle on and kind of just wear that around the house. The baby hairs, the little halo, the disaster halo that you kind of start to get around your head, that's because while you're pregnant, you don't lose any hair. You don't lose that hair that you were supposed to lose while you were pregnant until after she comes out, and it kind of all happens at once. So that little halo that you get, or the stuff up here, that's everywhere. It's just much more noticeable in the front because it's the front of your face. Invest in some castor oil and apply that to your hair with like a hair mask, and your hair should be growing in no time. I chopped my hair off to like maybe here when she was born, and that was 10 months ago, and that castor oil has been doing its job because it's grown back very quick. Some of you want to know when to go back to the gym. If you did not work out during your pregnancy, you should always listen to your physician, but if you did not work out during your pregnancy, Don't try to overdo it to get that baby weight off. Your body is not ready. You are still producing relaxin, which makes everything kind of loose so that everything can shift for the baby. That's still being produced for even up to a year after your pregnancy. So be careful. I started working out 4 weeks postpartum, but I worked out throughout my pregnancy. Before my pregnancy, my body was just ready. There were times where I needed to kind of take a break because joints hurt, my hips hurt, things were just still moving, so I did need to take some breaks. Make sure you talk to your doctor first and just listen to your body. With that being said, do not make excuses because your body's not telling you no every day. But just be mindful that, again, your body just did something huge, so give it a chance. That was all the questions that I had. I do, again, on my website have some go-to grocery lists for a standard diet with just some healthier alternatives. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment on any of the blogs on my website or just shoot me a message on my Facebook, Instagram. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I'm in the process of getting my ACE certification so that I'm a certified personal trainer, but I can take on clients at any time if any of you need a meal plan or a fitness plan, if it needs to be something where you're doing just body weights or you just need a lifting routine for the gym, shoot me a message. I'd be more than happy to help you out. I think that's it. If you guys have any more questions, I have no secrets. There are no secrets about me and anything that happens. So feel free to let me know if you guys have any more questions. And we will talk to you later. Can you say bye-bye? Say bye-bye. Bye-bye.